Master the magic triangle. A lot of cool ideas are discovered independently, like the Pythagorean formula. Most kids are taught this in junior high school. The idea a squared plus b squared equals c squared is pretty simple. You've got a right triangle, one side, another side, and the hypotenuse. Like you've got the sides of 3 and 4, and the hypotenuse is 5. The hypotenuse is the long side, opposite the right angle. 3 squared equals 9, 4 squared equals 16, 5 squared equals 25. 9 plus 16 equals 25. But this very simple, easy to grasp triangle idea is the source of magic. Way back in the days of ancient Egypt, they used this to make sure the corners of their crops were perfect right angles. They took 3 ropes, each a certain length, 1 3, 1 4, and 1 5. And then you had 3 dudes each holding 2 ropes and made a triangle. Once all the ropes were tight, you knew you had a perfectly squared corner. The right triangle is also the source of trigonometry, sine waves that describe pretty much everything in the universe. Your breath, for example, at least when you're sleeping and not tense, is a perfect circle. Inhale, slow down, pause, exhale, slow down, pause, inhale, etc. Described by trigonometry, sine waves and cosine waves. If you make music on a DAW, there are plenty of ways you can mangle a sine wave to make it sound like anything. The reason quantum physics is because of the sine wave. Quantum is based on the same root as count, quantify, countable, etc. Because if you and somebody else are holding each end of a rope and making waves, those waves have to be in discrete wave numbers. 1 full wave up and down, or 1.5 waves. The waves in that sine wave created by you and your buddy holding that rope are countable. And since energy is in waves and waves are sine waves, energy is countable. Describing all kinds of loops. Loops of the moon around the earth and the earth around the sun. The simple cycle that creates all the metaphors of night and day, seasons flowing into one another, yin and yang, male and female, order and chaos, etc. All because of circular waves based on that same triangle that creates a cycle or a loop flowing back into itself. Once my friend went to see Pulp Fiction right when it came out. First thing he said when I saw him at work on Monday morning was, "Dude, I saw this movie, it was awesome. It ended up right where it started, and all this cool stuff happened in the middle. The middle part is where all the good stuff is. That long journey you can take and end up in the same place." Cycles and circles and loops and mythology. You can also speak in loops. End up right where you started and put all kinds of magic in the middle. To learn how, visit mindpersuasion.com/3x3.